Alright everyone, welcome back to my Devil May Cry 5 S-Run guide, and today I'm going to be helping you with mission 6. So before we get into it, we're playing as Nero again, and we're going to be fighting Gilgamesh, so I suggest you equip yourselves with a bunch of buster arms. As always, like I said, you could equip yourselves with whatever you're comfortable with, but have a buster arm every second arm. Or if you want, you can just have buster arms on every arm slot and you'll be good too. But I prefer having a buster arm every second arm and then having something I'm comfortable with on the other slots. But alright, this mission is just a boss fight. We're fighting Gilgamesh and that's it. It's not a hard boss fight either, so let's get to it. And that's exactly why I recommend yourself equipping yourselves with a bunch of buster arms, because buster arms do a lot more damage when charged than normal busters. Alright, this boss fight is as simple as it gets. You hit the weak spots on the legs, you grapple up, and then you hit the weak point on Gilgamesh. And what's gonna happen is Gilgamesh is gonna try his best to knock you off. Either he's gonna try to hide the weak spot, launch projectiles at you, or try to kill you with spikes. So right there, he's trying to shake me off. So what you want to do there is when he tilts to the left, you want to go to the right side. And when he tilts to the right, you want to go to the left side. I failed miserably to do that, so I have to grapple back on top of him. So hit up a weak point and then grapple. And Overture is actually a really good arm for this mission, because when you stun it, you can place a bomb on the weak point and then you can buster it. So then during the buster animation, the bomb is gonna go off, so you're gonna get a bit of extra damage in, which is really good. Okay, so now when you see that he starts bubbling up, you want to wait a second or two. Then you want to triple jump in the air and taunt, and that will get you to avoid the spikes. And those projectiles he just threw at me could be a bit difficult to avoid without falling off. So if you do get hit, just grapple back on, it's okay. So try dodging or jumping to avoid them. If you get hit, it's okay, just grapple back on and you will be good. And when you're railing on the weak point, you just really have to do basic attacks. You don't really have to do much more. Just do some charge shots in between and just hit it with your basic attacks and you'll be good. Make use of your devil breakers and just keep the damage coming. I get exploded here because of the projectiles he threw at me a second ago, so watch out for that. And then there we go. When he starts tilting to the left, go to the right. When he starts tilting to the right, go to the left. If you fall off again, it's okay. Just hit up a weak point and get back up. Triple jump to avoid the spikes and then continue beating on it. And sometimes Gilgamesh will try to do spikes on only one side to throw you off. So as long as you see that and then go to the opposite side, you will be good. So you see now he's hiding his weak point, so I can't do any damage to him now. So I have to wait it out until it comes out again. Try your best to stay on top of him. Clearly I'm showing how to do that effectively here. But it's easy to get back up. Like I said, just beat up the leg, then grapple onto it, and then you're back. Okay, so now when it goes down on the ground, now is your chance to get some good hits in, because it's not going to be moving as much, so you have a less chance of falling out. He's still going to try to hit you with spikes, but as long as you can avoid them, then you'll be good. And then just keep beating on the weak point, avoid its attacks. If you fall off, grapple back on, and you're good. This is not a hard boss fight at all. It's not a hard mission to S rank. And then watch this. I'm an idiot, so I try to vary up some of my attacks, which is a good thing. But I do it in a way where I literally throw myself off Gilgamesh, which I think is hilarious. But varying up attacks isn't really necessary in this mission, because you can't really do much to a blob that doesn't move. Okay, and in a second here, V is gonna interrupt the fight, and what's that gonna do is it's gonna instantly stun Gilgamesh. So when he does that, you instantly want to go up to the weak point and buster it. But before you do that, you can also, and I don't show this very well because I don't do it, you can also charge your Overture if you're using Overture, and then plant a bomb on it and then charge buster it, because you're gonna get out a bit more damage that way. But alright, the charge buster there takes out a good chunk of health, so now we continue beating on it. It's gonna stand up again, so just make sure you try not to fall off. And then keep beating it up. And alright, watch out for the spikes, watch out for the wiggling, and once it stands up, keep beating on it. As you can see, the weak point is hidden right now, but there it is again. Once it fully stands up, the weak point is back, and keep smacking it. And now Gilgamesh is gonna launch like a flying disc at me. As you can see, it's right there. So what you wanna do with that is charge up your gun, and then shoot up a few charge shots at it. It's gonna die really fast, so just get rid of it so it doesn't interrupt you. A few shots with my gun and it's dead. So now Gilgamesh is devil triggered, so he's gonna take more hits to die now, and also gonna be doing more damage. So just avoid his attacks. Again, he doesn't do that much damage, so you should be alright even if you get hit now. Like as you can see, I've been blasted with a projectile here and it hasn't done that much damage, so you really should be good here. Again, it's not a hard boss fight. Okay, so he falls down on the ground here and I take the advantage to get some extra hits in, which is good. So I start beating him up. He stands up really quickly, but I make sure I don't fall, so I'm able to keep beating him up. And I make a mistake here, so you do not want to do this. I gain my devil trigger back, so I devil trigger and I try to do a showdown. And do not do this. That is never gonna work on this guy. I just wanted to speed things up and take off a good chunk of damage, but the showdown's charge up animation is way too long, so this was never going to work. So he took a good chunk of my health away from me, so you really want to watch out. Those spikes could be kind of damaging. So then I get back up and I start beating on it again, and he sends another disc after me. So you want to shoot this again with your charged gun, but I failed to do this and it just knocks you off, which is just inconvenient really, because then he's gonna climb up there and then I'm not able to get on him because he's just keep moving. So you just want to get rid of those disc things to, you know, make your life easier. But it's okay because I managed to snatch back on anyway, so we're good. And then I just again keep beating on it. So he tries to catch me out with spikes on the left side, so I just jump to the right. It's really easy to avoid. Then he does spikes on the right, so I jump to the left. You should not have problems with this. He does spikes on the left again, so I stay on the right side. And yeah, it's very easy to avoid those. And now I should probably remind you, because, and I should have done this at the beginning of the video, but if you are not exceeding, then just try. And I said this in a few of my videos now. It is better to exceed and not do it well than not exceed at all. So just keep trying exceeding. But okay, he falls down on the ground here again in a second, so I managed to get a few hits in, and I actually plant a bomb here with my overture, and then I explode it with my gun, which takes out a decent chunk of his remaining health. And at this point he is almost dead, so I just keep on beating on him. We're almost done here. I'm avoiding the spikes while attacking him at the same time. And then here in just a second, he's gonna start throwing projectiles at me. And this is gonna be very unfortunate because I try to get out of their way, avoid them. And then I taunt and then I accidentally fall off, which is kind of annoying because look, his health is basically invisible now. And this idiot decides to climb up the thing so I cannot hit him, which is just inconvenient for me, bro. This guy is literally one shot. So if this happens to you, then yeah, it's just kind of inconvenient, isn't it? But alright, I popped the last shot there and boom, he is dead. Mission is over. It's not a hard mission to S rank. I don't think you're gonna have a tough time with this one. But alright, 7,365 style points, and that is on S rank. Hope you guys enjoyed this, hope this helped, and I will see you in the next video. Adios.